Once we have decided to walk according to the commands of Yah's Torah, and we've taken on the identity of being Am Israel, we know who we are. The question is, do we know who we are? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 3 of the Torah portion, Tavo. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter number 27. In verse 2 it says, "And it shall be on the day when you pass over the Jordan to the land which Yahweh your Elohim has given you, that you shall set up for yourselves large stones and plaster them with plaster. Write on them all the words of this Torah when you have passed over, so that you go into the land which Yahweh your Elohim has given you, a land flowing with milk and honey, as Yahweh your Elohim, or the Elohim of your father, has spoken to you. And it shall be, when you have passed over the Jordan, that on Mount Ebal you shall set up these stones which I command you today, and you shall plaster them with plaster, and build a slaughter place to Yahweh your Elohim there, a slaughter place of stones. Do not use an iron tool on them. Build the slaughter place of Yahweh your Elohim with complete stones, and you shall offer ascending offerings on it to Yahweh your Elohim, and shall slaughter peace offerings and eat there and rejoice before Yahweh your Elohim." We'll pause there just for a few moments. So the command is, they're going into the land, they're going to pass into a particular valley. And on one side is Mount Ebal. On the opposite side of the valley is Mount Gerizim. Now, when we read this, we may not grab the significance of this particular spot. So I can tell you from having been there that if you stand opposite of these two mountains, you will see Mount Ebal on your right, Mount Gerizim on your left, and they go down and they form a valley, and it leads into a flat valley floor where you will find the modern-day city of Nablus. Nablus is now under what those called the Palestinian Arabs. Let's say it that way. The Arabs who live there now control that valley floor. On the opposite side, up on the opposite side, on another mountain, it is Elan Moreh. This is where Abraham first came to the land in Bereshit, or Genesis chapter 12, and it was on Elan Moreh that he saw Yahweh, and that Yahweh said to him that he would give him the land. So he made the promise of future generations. Your descendants will be like the stars in the heavens. This encounter place is an incredible place. And standing there and looking out over the valley floor, and then the two mountains on the opposite side, one has to wonder, how many days did Abraham, stand there and look out over the landscape? How many years did his flocks and herds move up and down that flat valley floor? How many times did he climb Mount Gerizim or Mount Ebal? And so Israel was to come into this region, and Yah says, when you come here, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take large plastered stones, set them up like an altar here on Mount Ebal, and put half of Israel on Mount Gerizim, half on Mount Ebal. The Levites stand in the middle, and they began to pronounce a curse on certain activities. And the Israelites on both sides are to cry out, Amen. We'll get to that in a moment. What's interesting is Nablus is a Palestinian name, or an Arabic name. The original name of the area is Shechem. So we might read it and say Shechem, Shechem. And this is where Yaakov settled. This is where his daughter Dinah was taken, and it's where his sons Levi and Shimeon went in and slaughtered all of the men of the place. This is where Joseph's bones are buried. And the idea of Shechem is the neck region, is what it's referencing. And it is with your neck that you can turn to the right, where the curse is placed, or you can look to the left, where the blessings are found. And to this day, you may have heard this many times from many people, or seen it yourself, Mount Ebal is a barren mountain with no vegetation on it, no water on it. Mount Gerizim is green and lush, and it has water there. So the difference between the curse and the blessing. Being there before the mountain, one has to make the decision. Now, it says here in the word, cursed is the man, in verse 15, who makes a carved and molded image, an abomination to Yahweh. And the people were to say, Amen. Cursed is the man who makes light of his parents. Cursed is the one who moves his neighbor's boundary. Cursed is he who misleads the blind in the way. Cursed is he who twists the right ruling of the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. Cursed is he who lies with his father's wife. Cursed is he who lies with any beast. Cursed is he who lies with his sister, the daughter of his father, or the daughter of his mother. Cursed is he who lies with his mother-in-law. Ooh. Cursed is he who strikes his neighbor secretly. Cursed is he who takes a bribe to strike an innocent being. Cursed is he who does not establish the words of this Torah. Most of these things are not necessarily done out in daylight, out in the view of everyone else. Oftentimes, the way these activities that bear a curse are produced or undertaken is in secret. So there are not only issues that will be cursed, but they are private and secret issues. One may attend Shabbat congregation or study at home. You may light Shabbat candles and have a set-apart meal. You may own a tallit, blow a shofar, you may have menorah in your home. You may have great knowledge of the Torah and its text. You may even be able to speak and read Hebrew. Keeping the feast days, watching your diet, trying to follow the Torah commands. All of those things are to be applauded and encouraged and well done. However, they do not necessarily tell who you are. The real identity of a man or a woman is not what they're doing before the eyes of everyone that is around them that knows them. The real you is who you are in private. When no one else is around, when no one else is there to see or to applaud or to discern for you, who you are when you're alone and by yourself, that's you. It has been said, and I heard it said many times years ago, integrity is doing what is right when you could do what is wrong, and because no one sees, you could get away with it. The real you, the man or a woman of integrity, according to the word, is the one that does what they need to do, but they do it secretly. It's not that you're just behind closed doors, but as Yeshua said, one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing. You're not doing your Torah obedience for the applause or the acceptance of men, and you're not sinning in secret either. Who you are alone magnifies and exalts the Creator as much as you are in public. Think on these things, and we'll see you again tomorrow. To then, shalom.